Okay, let me see. We are on YouTube. Hey YouTube, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Well, we have to start our conversation today. I'm here with Lucas. We had fight a lot to make this it is possible because we had some problems with audio. I think it was my problem only, and I I don't figure out about that, right? Okay, before we start our conversation, let's introduce how Talk and Talk platform works. Here you can learn and practice a lot of languages like French, Italian, Spanish, Mandarin, of course, English. It offers courses, mentoring, and interesting WhatsApp group as well. Well, about this moment, it's a immersion, not a class. I'm not a teacher. I'm just a student like Lucas. I'm just a help guide guy to this conversation. It's not necessary answer all any questions because it's just a help guide for our conversation. And it's important to advise, please avoid correcting each other because here is a safe place, and it's important to make mistake. Make mistake is a part of the learning process, right? And yeah, I think that's it for the moment. Well, let's start our conversation. Lucas, please introduce yourself and tell me about something new or something interesting that happened in your last days. Go ahead.
Sure. Uh, I'm Lucas. I'm 27 years old. I'm living in Hortolândia, São Paulo,
Close to me.
near close to
I'm from Americana.
Americana. And Hortolândia is near to Campinas. I'm married, have a 2 years old daughter and a son. My wife is pregnant of my son,
Oh,
and
congrats.
and he arrives in December.
Oh,
It's close
it's close, yeah.
in December.
Great. Congrats.
Uh, Thank you. I work in the tech field as a data engineer, and my history with English is a bit inconstant because I started to study English 3 years ago, but as a totally a beginner. And I stopped to study and back to study 4 months ago. Maybe it's
Oh,
uh,
so are you here on Talkie from 2 months ago?
don't I don't this immersion is my second immersion.
Oh,
I
great.
started in Talk and Talk last week, I think
Oh,
last week.
so welcome aboard. Well, I forgot to say something. It's a common immersion. We have the beginner's immersion. The only difference that on the beginner ones, you can use more Portuguese on the conversation, right?
Great.
But here we've got some advice to try to keep the conversation in English. Of course, all of us are learning and practicing, so feel free if you can't remember some word, and you
Okay.
can stop, think for some time. Don't worry, right? Here, like I said, here's a safe place. You can feel totally well and comfortable to speak in your time, right?
Thank you. Great. And
Okay.
interesting thing that's
Oh,
happened. And last week I bought a bunch of babe stuff for my son, and was really cool because we are remembering when my 2 years old daughter born too, and that was cool. That is it about myself.
Great, good. It's the most important thing are happening in your life right now. So
Yes,
one more time, congrats.
thank you.
Okay, I will talk a little bit about myself because I think it's our first time with me.
Yes,
I to be honest, I remember your name in another immersion some days ago. I think you hadn't used your can. I guess. Am I right?
my first immersion was yesterday actually
Oh, so no, so not,
with
so not.
Amanda, with
Oh,
Amanda.
great. I
Yeah.
know Amanda. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. Yesterday I didn't study because I will talk about this my presentation. Well, can you see my name? Here, yeah.
Yes.
I'm from Americana, like I said. I live with my fiance and a stepson. But I have two guys, two sons, that don't live with me about my first marriage, right? Uh,
Uh-huh.
I'm living my second one actually. Um, well, actually, I live close to my parents, and my children live here as well. Um, Let me see. Yeah, my old son is 13 years old, and the younger one is 10 years old. Yeah, and my
Cool.
stepson had completed 10 years yesterday. 10 years
Oh,
yesterday.
congrats.
Great, great. So I have three children. Well, I'm a curious person. I like to learn. I truly love learning, to be honest. Especially about all the everything about tech because I'm a tech guy like you, Lucas. Um, well, for example, in my leisure time, I'm learning about more about my hobby. Actually, I like to uh, play virtual motorsports, right?
Yes.
Uh, and I have a steering wheel, pedal, something like that. And actually I'm learning about rally championship and a little bit more about F1, WEC. I don't know if you have heard about this championship.
I don't.
Uh, yeah, yeah, don't worry. It's yeah, I'm trying to say that I'm a kind of person that like to learn about almost
That's cool.
everything. Like I said, I work as software developer. I'm a front end developer, and I have a little bit more than 3 years of this experience. And I had one more year as a full stack developer. And about interesting things that are happening to me, uh, I'm trying to hire in another company. Actually, I'm in the last step in this job hiring, right? I did two job interviews, a tech presentation, and tomorrow I will have the last step. It's about a challenge that I've made, and oh, it was a hard challenge. I've lost my weekend. I've worked more than midnight since Thursday until yesterday, right? So yeah, it was hard, but Yeah, let me see. I don't know the result, of course, but I did my best, right? It's the most important
Yes.
thing.
Good luck.
Thank
Good
you.
luck.
I'm working, like I said, I'm working in a startup, but I'm trying to, yeah, get more money because I'm here 6 a.m. Like you, try to improve myself, investing in myself. I think we
Yes.
have to pursue the best things for myself, for ourselves. If we are fighting to get more, right? So it's important.
Yes. Yes. I'm working in a startup too. Actually, I started
Great.
in that startup
Oh,
3 weeks ago.
oh,
And
you're
but
baby on the company.
yes, and the onboarding is really was really hard to is a lot of things, chaos like any startup.
Chaos. Yeah,
And
startup is it's a big confused place to stay there.
yes, my first job in 2021 was a startup too, and I really loved working startup. But before that, I was to a big company, and now I'm back to a startup, and
Great.
that is it.
What did you motivate to come back to startup, Lucas?
I think the challenge the we in a startup we can grow uh, faster than a big company, and we can learn a lot of things in 3 weeks, like I'm now, and that is it. The startup is easy to make things happen, and is more easy to get access to a database and
Yeah, I totally understand you. Yeah, because that since I start my developer journey, to be on precise, I have this the same thoughts that you're talking about, right? Yeah, I totally agree with you. We have a
that is
big
it.
challenge and opportunities in on startups. Of course, we have
Yes.
more. Let me see. We are in a safe place, I would say. Yeah.
Yes.
If you want to feel more stable, you have to make a concurso. I don't know how can I say that in English. Something like
Yes.
that, and stay there for all your entire life. Yeah,
Yes.
great. Well, we could speak only in this techy topic for more than hours, but let's move. Let's change to our topic. But
Sure.
like I said, we mustn't to speak only uh, this these questions. We have to no, we can change a little bit. Don't worry about that. If you feel
Okay.
for more comfortable to change a little bit, go ahead. Right?
Okay.
Okay, Lucas. Nice to meet you. See you here. It's a pleasure to see you here in your second immersion, and let's do it. Okay. I will read the question number two, right, and answer, and then I will ask to you to answer it as well, right?
Okay.
Okay, question number two. What precautions should people take when they know a hurricane is approaching? Okay, well, an interesting thing about this topic because we had the Milton hurricane on the USA, and I
Yes.
searched a little bit about this phenomenon. Uh, and yeah, to answer, I'd like to send and put on the chat an interesting article that I read. You can read after this immersion on your time, right, Lucas?
Yes.
Uh, I sent to you on the chat. Interesting article that explain a lot about this thunderstorm, hurricane, something like that.
Cool.
Uh, and to be honest, I've spent around of 1 hour to read that because it's a deep topic, but you learn a lot more vocabulary, and yeah, interesting when you can understand all the stuff that you trying to understand in another language, right? Okay. Well, in my point of view, the place that the people are around of the place, it's important to have infrastructure, right? So
Yes.
the governments have to provide a basic infrastructure like warnings, uh, well, build safe place or help the people to improve your home or your workplace. Every building, I'm trying to say, to this place have to need to have a great basic infrastructure to support this kind of phenomenon. We know that well, sometimes we have more than 200 kilometers per hour of, so it's hard. I try to imagine how this kind of situation could happen in Brazil. I imagine all the houses and the buildings on broken on the street because
Yes.
we know in Brazil we are fragile, I would say. Yeah, I think that's it. And what's your point of view about this question, Lucas?
Okay. I search on the web about this topic too, and list 5 points about that. And the first one is make a plan. We don't uh, we don't wait for the hurricane to figure out what we will do. We are going to do. We need to have a plan.
Yeah.
Uh, and in Brazil, we don't wait for a hurricane. We don't expect a hurricane, but in USA, we can make a plan. We have news about that and other things.
Warnings. Yeah.
Warnings. Okay. Top point 2 is gather emergency supplies and food and medicine supply. And topic 3, point 3, get your car ready. You need to have we need to get ready for evacuated, or maybe if it is possible, stay home. I don't know.
Yeah.
And always keep listening to the news, because in TV or radio is good to, we don't need uh, internet or something like that, and is a good way to listen in the news too. And that is it. I-
Great. Great. Yeah, your research about this topic, great. Yeah, you are a data analyst, so great.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. Another note about this, it's important to try to speak about topics that we have I feel comfortable to speak. It's important to. It's a challenge when
Yes.
we are learning language. So congrats to be here and yeah, try to talk about this.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Can you read the next question, number 3, and answer,
Okay.
please?
Okay. How might the climate affect the frequency and intensity of storms in the future? Yes. Uh, I list 3 points here. Warmer sea surface temperatures, like we saw in the video that you show, the vapor are and when the sea are hotter and the vapor is more frequent. I don't know how can I say, but that's the point. Sea level rise and changes in the atmosphere, and uh, we are feeling the change in the atmosphere and the temperature in Brazil too, but not a hurricane, but we are here in Hortolândia is getting hotter and warmer, and that is really a bad thing that I'm feeling in the atmosphere, in the temperatures. Okay, that's my answer.
Great. We have a lot of storms, right, here in our region.
Yes.
Uh, yeah. Well, I would add what you said, what your talk. Um, Well, we have big problems about the weather conditions in our world. It's in my point of view, it's related the way that human used to use the natural resource that we have on the earth. So because of that, my point of view, this kind of problem could happen more than some years ago, right? I
Yes.
think we need to change the way that we use the earth resource and some like that. Uh, yeah, about the article that I've shared with you on the chat, talk a little bit about this topic, more about more weather specifically, right? And how the impacts that the way that we live actually can, yeah, impact our life and our next generation, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, question number 4. Do you think governments could do more to prepare cities for hurricanes? What measures might they implement? Okay. Uh, well, like I said, it's important to warn the people and have good stuff to identify and uh, getting as early as possible the weather forecast to try to, yeah, to advise the people to evacuate or to stay at home, at work, something like that. Like we could see like happened on the USA last week, right?
Yes.
It's crazy. The all the people knows when and the impact of this hurricane. It's insane in my point of view because it's so realistic provision, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm about it's about that. It's important and interesting thing I would like to add. The people need to be more respectful and embrace all of neighborhoods to, yeah, to help each other to, yeah, to stay alive. Yeah, that's it. Uh,
Nice.
okay, can
Nice.
you read the next question for us, please?
Okay. And I lost the five question.
Yeah,
How would you react? That's the question.
question number 5.
Okay. How would you react if a major storm was predicted in your area? What would you have to do first? I think we can follow the steps I
Yeah.
in the point two
Yeah,
and
question number
to
2.
get safe. And I think in the about the previous question, we can I see the USA do prepare the country for the hurricanes, but I'm thinking too in Brazil when we had the enchants. Let me see,
Yeah,
enchant this floods. I don't know.
yeah. Don't worry. Oh, and I forgot
Yeah,
to answer the question number 4. I forgot
yeah.
that.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Oh, my answer is, do you think government could do more to provide city for you can? Yes, and uh, we can. What measure might they implement? As a data person, I
Yeah,
think always government need can be more data driven to disasters like hurricanes, but in Brazil, like enchentes. Uh, yeah, I think Brazil isn't prepared for those disasters and of them. And if we invest in more data, more measures for look to the rain, look to the chuvas, and look to anomalies of the weather. We
yeah,
can do more. We can prepare the cities. We can communicate aggressively the people in the cities to prevent yourself. And okay,
yeah,
that
yeah.
is it.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. That's it. And well, we don't know this kind of situation, right, Lucas? So
Yes.
I think it's hard to feel the same way that an American guy felt about last hurricane, for example. I think
Yes.
it's big problem in that country. But I aspire to live abroad. This kind of situation don't but fear myself, right? I really I really intend to live abroad. I don't know if for my entire life, but I'd like to spend some seasons there, sometimes and someday in my life.
Me too.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't feel fear about this situation, right? Because well, I could see the country is prepared for this kind of situation, right?
Yes.
It's crazy. It's crazy. If this happened on Brazil, like I said, we had no building working yet. So yeah, that's it. Well,
And imagine if happened in Brazil, how much time we need
oh
to
my
back to the
goodness. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
never. We
All the people get died to be honest.
yes. That
Okay.
is it.
Great. Our time is over, but we have time to answer one more question. I would
Okay.
like to change a little bit. If you like I could see that you studied about this topic. Can you choose a final question and read and answer for us,
Okay.
please?
Uh, can communities do anything to recover fast after a storm? What could neighbors do to help each other? Uh,
Good question.
when we saw the pandemic, we saw the chaos in supermarkets and any place we is a really chaotic with a pandemic, not a hurricane like a hurricane.
Yeah.
But I think when we are in trouble, the country is in trouble, the people are thinking in yourself only and your family and not in the community, and how to we can work together to stay safe, stay alive. And I don't think that it will be changed. I think it's part of the human being. But if we work together, we can do more. We can stay more safe. I think that is it about
Yeah,
the.
I totally agree with you. I think it's totally related our cultural lifestyle, and then another thing, and yeah, my point of view to stay solidarized. I don't know if it's correct, but well. Like I could see that happened on the last hurricane on the USA. All the people try to help each others. I think the community role it's so important, like government one. Uh,
Yes.
we have tried to help our neighbors, because if we can help our neighbors and if all the people think this way, we will live more safely in this kind of phenomenal, like some like that. And yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, Lucas. I would like to ask you. We have less time to talk today because I have a mic problem. So one more time, I apologize you for that.
No
Uh,
problem.
I didn't know that I have a mic problem. Uh, well, let's. I would like to ask you what was the conversation for you, and what did you learn today? If you can talk about a specific topic.
Okay. Uh, I really like I'm really like the immersion, uh, the way that Talk and Talk do this, and
Yeah,
the way you host the conversation.
thank you.
And in the start of conversation, like the other one, the first one, I'm really nervous. I don't know
Don't
how
worry, man.
my mind is blank, but we can talk. We can have a conversation. That
Yeah,
was
for sure.
really cool.
You can communicate very well, okay? In my point of view, are currently fluent, right? You can
Thank you.
communicate, you can hear, you can understand, you can uh, pass your ideas, talk what your intention. So, congrats. Uh, I
Thank you.
will I will put I put two links on the chat. The first one
Okay.
is a survey. It's totally anonymous, but I know that you want to answer that. But don't
Yes.
worry about that. It's important to help us to understand points of improvements, or if you want to talk about a specific topic, feel free and go ahead, put on this survey, right? And another link is our YouTube conversation. I like to review Um, uh, I'm here in Talking Talk since beginning of the June, right? Last June. So I used to review all my immersions to, yeah, it's important to understand what points we have to improve, right? So I totally recommend that. It's important. And yeah,
Great.
next week, if you, like I said, if you want to answer the survey, you can put your idea. I can work and build some topic that you said. If you will came back again,
Yeah,
and
sure. Sure.
okay, and that's it, man. Have a good day, and it was a pleasure to be with you here, and yeah, that's it. So have a good day,
Have
and
a good day. It's a pleasure. Thank you for your time and good luck in the job interview, next challenge
yeah,
job interview.
in your babe time in your company as well. Good
Thank
luck.
you. Thank you.
See